A red and white jet just went by. I could have zoomed up on it. It was real low. I'll get it later on. Over the bridge. Yesterday there was a whole bunch of geese. Tommy and Banshee went that way. Eventually they'll go over that way. That's why where they saw Tom on a bike. Bob Scopo said he saw him and Peter when they rode their bikes up here, the cottontail rabbit. And I said, well, we saw a white duck one time, remind me of Coprod's Webster the Duck. They wanted to play hide and go seek with us. We figured it was someone's pet. Well, the wind blew. There's another jet, but it's more further up. Here, a helicopter. Where is it at? I hear it. Somewhere. Must be right there. It's a military helicopter, I guess. Somewhere over there. Where'd it go? Oh. Everybody's getting ready for the hurricane Friday. I don't know if it's still working or not, but that's been there since beyond 70s and 80s. Tommy and him could be hiding behind those bushes. Tommy and Bobby. They could be in the woods in there. Tommy said one time he was waiting and all of a sudden a snake came out of nowhere. See if you put a mirror under there you can, or the clear table idea. It looked like nothing there. Now see, I hear movement. They're back there somewhere. I hear something. They're hiding somewhere. They're hiding, I know it. Yesterday it was a lady that was the little boy's grandmother, and she was riding her bike in the square of that tennis court, and the boy was pushing with a scooter that you use your leg, no motorized kind. The newer kind, kids ride the motorized one. Like they got motorized skateboards now. Anyway, they were getting their exercise like you do the mall when you run the yellow brick road and follow the red brick road in the Tispy Square Mall. I know they're around here somewhere. I hear someone. I hear you guys. Where you at? See, this is where Tommy threw his voice. It sounded like it was over by the graves, and then it sounded like it was over by the tennis court. And I'm thinking, how'd he do that trick? He said he threw his voice. I said, oh, like Scooby-Doo. I know you're over here somewhere, Tommy. You're hiding. Doesn't look like the track stayed I hear a bug somewhere. And like I said, you guys could be hiding in the trees. I hear noises. You're in here somewhere. You guys. You guys could be anywhere, man. You guys could be anywhere. See, that's the main pavilion, the one we would normally go to. We do the church-wide picnic every year. See how the sun is a bright white light. It used to be in the 70s and 80s and the 60s and 50s and so forth. A bright yellow light in the sky. Now, due to God's timetable, as Pastor Woke Cole's message, the ozone layer is a protective layer that God protects the sun's bad rays as they shoot back in outer space, is now opening up because it's God's timetable. So that the sun will return extra bright, hot, and that's what it's doing. And everybody's burning up more than normal, getting hot real easy, and you can't stay out in the sun very long, and it's so bright. It's so intense bright white light instead of just a normal yellow light that we're used to seeing and feeling, and it's not all that bright. The sun's red rays are coming into the Earth's atmosphere instead of shooting back in outer space. As Tom Farrell, Double Barrel Farrell's message says, God's right around the corner, capital G-O-D, closer than you think. There's a butterfly. I don't know if we'll be able to do that time capsule, go look at it or not. It's somewhere at City Park in Portsmouth. Our school did a time capsule, and I done forgot what year that they put the date to have it open up. It might still be there. Maybe no one opened it up, or maybe they already opened it up. We just put whatever stuff's in it. I probably put Illusion Sleight of Hand, Magic Tricks, and the Plan of Salvation, and Rubik's Cube messages. You never know. I know I put a variety of stuff. Now see, Tommy's going caca caca again. I hear him over here somewhere. He went caca caca. You guys, I don't know. You're around here somewhere. Oh yeah. I know you're around here somewhere. Where though? See the pond's over there. I didn't realize there was a pond there until I saw it yesterday. They could be anywhere. Dave Duncan's probably getting a kick out of this, and all my relatives and nieces and nephews and all of my YouTube friends that are on Facebook. Could be anywhere. Could be over here. It could be up way down there. Yeah. Someone's honking their horn. Yeah, but that's where we used to do our tennis lessons, right there. And the guy, it was me, my sister, and Cheryl, and Stacy, and my parents, my dad Marcel, and my mom Darlene Page. We were practicing. The guy was teaching. We ran into Mr. Bush, our gym teacher at IOC, Enterprise Learning Center. We say I like cookie, I like cake. Anyway, we call Mr. Bush Mr. Tree. He understood we were just playing around. But anyway, we saw him here. He's a Christian guy too. We always pray before we did anything, any activity. Anyway, anyway, the instructor went to hit the ball, tennis ball, and wondered where it went. And then I noticed it was inside that little hole of the tennis racket, the aluminum tennis racket he had. He said, "Oh, well, there's where it went." And somewhere in here, in that pond over there, when it was me and our mom and Cheryl and Stacy, and we went here, have like a picnic and just have some good time. When Cheryl was young, she fell in the water. But history repeats itself. In Lynx, Ohio, I fell in the water, and they say back from fishing already. Yeah, we caught a big one, Bill, and I was wearing the Hawaiian blue shirt that Grandma Page, June Page, bought me when they got back from Hawaii one time. They brought back souvenirs and they got me a Hawaiian shirt. Lancaster, Ohio. Was I back so soon? Grandpa Page, which is Marshall Finger Page Sr. And then even Grandpa Green, William Tedder Green went with us, and Uncle Dale went with us. You know, Dale Henniger, Uncle Dale Henniger, Uncle. Aunt Belinda stayed back. Anyway, you could say it's a guy's night out anyway. But back so soon? Yeah, we caught a big one. Bill. He fell in the water. We had to go fetch him. Yeah. Stacy hasn't fell in the water that I know of. She lucked out. Although, one time it was me and her, and it was in Virginia Beach, and we got sucked up by a wave, and then next you know, Jesus protected me because I can't swim. I was in the water and I come to, got my breath, and I was on the land, and then my mom said, "Where's Stacy?" "I don't know, I just got sucked up." "Well, go find her." So I found her all right. She was with a boy building a castle in the sand. Oh, she's doing fine. She has a friend, found a boyfriend playing in the sand, a castle. Oh, okay. I never learned to swim. My parents said, "Bill, in our day, they throw you out in the water in a boat. You either sink or you swim." I said, "I'd probably sink." Wherever my brothers and one sister are, I hope they see all the media and come across all our relatives, including me. See, my brothers, I was the oldest. I was William Noble Green, then I got adopted and then changed the page. And then it was Chucky Green, but learned on Ancestry.com that it's Charles Green, and Jimmy is James, and Bobby is Robert. And so my sister Cynthia is still the same. Cynthia Green, named after Grandma Green, Cynthia Green, but Cynthia Green's last name was Flowers. And our Grandpa Green is William Tedrow Green. Lancaster, Ohio, Fairfield County, 748 Bar Drive. It's changed. I went to Google Street View and it's changed a lot. That's why I'm recording this, because in several years, I don't know if the trees will still be here or not. There might be buildings here. You just never know. But lucky I got it on camera. It's just like Mrs. Perello noticed as we're going into the Phil show to have a variety of ice cream and milkshake and Klondike bars from the Browns, Nathaniel Brown, Pastor Brown and his wife Rebecca and their children. Anyway, the Mrs. Perello said, "Where's the clear cabinet?" And I looked. "You're right, it's gone." Well, it's a good thing I got it on video camera. And she smiled like sigh of relief that I'm glad I got it on camera to keep the capsule alive, keep the magic alive. Garrett Asher, thanks for opening up the door as we went in. I said, "Thank you, Garrett." I meant to say, "Thank you, Garrett, God bless," but I don't know, I was trying to think two things at once. But anyway, thank you, Garrett, for being nice to open up the door for everyone. Garrett Asher. Oh, there's someone else. A club, and I just got done reading about a Rubik's Cube club. And it started in a math club. If I was still going to school, I would have a field day, because I learned how to solve the Rubik's Cube in the 1980s. My best time was 1:12, but children today know how to solve it in a matter of seconds. Well, 15 seconds. Stephen Brundage. Well, I don't know where everybody's at, but they sure are hiding well. Yeah, you could put a mirror under there, or a clear glass, and have it bend around quantum self-bending line of visibility metamaterials. nanobots. So you got perfect quantum stealth, just like when you stick cold water in a pencil. Light bends. The science teacher, Mr. Brian, was talking about all that. But he was just talking about light bends. I should have clicked on that, invisibility, but someone else came across it years later. Like I told him, I like science. The illusion is science. It's a different kind of science. And science and magic kind of collide. And all the science goes back to God, kept it. G-O-D, Jesus Christ, Lord, Savior, God. Sounds like someone's playing a game of baseball or softball or something over there. I heard something like hitting a bat or something. Somebody's not hiding over there behind his car, is he? So you can see where the sun at. The sun right there. And see how it casts the shadow. Likewise that car. So when you see a magic trick and you notice that the car's in a different shadow location, it's either one, it's a different car and it's a different position, or two, you're looking at a pre-recorded screen and the real, and when they make the herd of elephants disappear in the white Corvettes there for Lance Burton, that means that that's real live footage, and the footage that you were seeing before that was off of a video projector onto a thin screen that's so thin you couldn't even tell that it was a projector. And I can look and see there's a projector shadow on your TV, right? You look at the top straight down, you can see a video camera there, and you hear something go boom, boom. That projector went into the bottom of the base. Another illusionist used a mirror principle, the same idea, but without the video projector, to do a model version of a big illusion. He's saying about making a car either vanish or reappear using a mirror. That's what Miss Sweary thought about doing, using a mirror. To make things vanish, you can use government quantum stealth idea, thinning line visibility, nanobots, materials to hide the object, or raise the platform up higher, sun meets the horizon, Ron Terrari style, or move to a different location. David Copperfield, Statue of Liberty vanish with the Lady Susan turntable. Or like Valentino did, move to a different location on a track, like a train track. Or haul the jet out the back. Like Truman Husser noticed, and I looked back on that, because I noticed that, and I was like, someone mentioned that, and I went back at AOT.magic.secrets and Google search engine. Sure enough, it was Truman Husser mentioned it, saying, if you look at the far back left, you see someone start to move out of the way. So you know where the jet went. It went out the back. And the masked magician levitated a big heavy yellow dump truck in midair and vanished like the train vanished, but they hold the whole thing out the back, including the square cage. Distress, look, that's how the jet vanished, but without the square cage. But you could do it like the Green Lantern idea, where the Green Hornet idea with sidekick Kato, Bruce Lee, just revolved the whole thing upside down, minus the plane or tank or helicopter. And they used the real deal in commercials and around Christmas time, Santa Claus version, and they did it on a PBS station idea for a model version, and they did it for a model version on the TV show, and then the live action version not too long ago in the 2000s, I think, they actually did the real deal. someone must have understood it for the Scooby-Doo meet Batman and Robin, and they eat bat cookies instead of Scooby-Doo cookies. And the tree revolves to a house and then hit the switch, and the house goes back to a tree by revolving. And Penn Jillette and Raymond Taylor showed on Off the Deep End, the sun meets the horizon. When you pan away, people are throwing things inside the basket and handing it to Taylor left and right, but it looked like an even sea when you're out to sea, but in a sand, but it was just a stage production outside when they backed the camera away. It's pretty cool to learn stage illusions. It makes the brain think of ideas, how you could come up with ideas. I mean, a fast elevator. The Shell gas station did that. You press a yellow button, all of a sudden the one car goes down, closes up the two side doors, and she drives up to get her gas. And someone actually made a turntable like the Batmobile idea, and then drive off down the street idea. And principle of the Statue of Liberty. And when you go to the stores, when they have the plastic bags they spin around, I think about the Statue of Liberty too, and I say, look, the Statue of Liberty turntable right there, the ladies using turntable right there. And Tommy and them are somewhere, but where? I heard their voice, but where are they at? They must be clear down here. Must be way down here somewhere. Sometimes they might throw a pine tree or a stick to misdirect me. See, I taught Tommy a whole bunch of stage illusions, and now he uses it in fun against me to outwit me on my illusions. I hear another jet. Okay, I hear it, but where's it? See, I hear it, but I can't see it. Oh, it's weird. It's going faster than I can zoom in on it. That one must have been booking, I guess. And the way you play golf now, compared to 70s and 80s, it's backwards. See, they must be inside already. Tommy? Usually it says Banshee. I'm trying to scoot it. Why is this not moving? There. Hello? Hello? That's weird. It says Tommy, but it didn't answer. See, it's doing it again. What'd I do? Answer it? I can't get it to slide. I don't understand why I can't slide it with my left, but I can slide it with my right. Hello? Hello? Is he playing games on me? What's going on? Come on. It says Tom. What's going on? Something weird. Unless he's pocket dialing me. Are they in the car or something? Hello? How come I can't hear him? I got the volume all the way up. something weird going on. Hello? 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 This is weird. I can't hear him. But I got the volume all the way up. He must have pocket dialed me, because usually Banshee calls me in the mall to let me know that ready to go. Or meet us at the car. You and at Rose's. We're at the car, meet us at the car. My mom and Stacy do the same thing so they can do their own shopping. And my mom says that Stacy calls when she's ready to go. It's a good idea. Alright. Knight Rider, Lance Burton, Deadly Nightshades. And now Lance Burton has got another movie called, well, that's on the TV series Knight Rider, but the original one, but the movie that he's working on is Billy Toppet, and he's playing the role as Billy Toppet, and he's got a lot of famous magicians and actors helping in the movie, and I can't wait for it to come out in the stores everywhere. I want to buy it. It's like I'm waiting for Slight, so then we'll have Slight 2, and we already got up to Now You See Me 2. They're working on a Now You See Me 3. And the co-producer is Jewish Christian Lewis, David Sikaka in Copperfield. Okay, where is everybody? It's like Tommy's using that as a misdirection, or somehow, I don't understand, because I'm paying attention on that, where he could disappear. He's good for that. He's good at making things disappear. I hear crows. No, I hear seagulls now. They gotta be here somewhere. Anyway, like I said, playing golf, you now play it backwards, and we have golf motor carts. Back in the 70s and 80s, we didn't have golf carts, and we played it in the other direction, not in the direction that we're doing it now. And the place where you get the golf tees and the powdered donuts and chocolate milk and a soda was in a small area up where you're about to tee off on the right side. My dad Marcel would get a soda, or a diet soda, and get me one of those half-gallon of chocolate milk and powdered donuts, and I would keep score. Either a white Titleist golf ball, or we tried an orange golf ball to see if we could find it. It worked somewhat, but he always said, "Bill, did you see where it went?" I think I did. And I said, "Well, how you gonna hit it behind? There's a tree in the way." Well, the rule is, Bill, you gotta play the ball where it lays. So he hits it and hopes he don't hit the part of the pine tree to land on the green. And one time he hit the ball and he went, "4!" I said, "Why'd you say that for?" Well, you look at the rules, 4 means, watch out, there's a golf ball about to hit you. And didn't you notice those people moved out of the way quick down the fairway? Yeah, well then now you know. Tommy and Bench are playing mind games with me, man. Where are they at? If I go to the car and they're not there, then either Tommy pocket dialed me, or didn't seem like an hour. So we were supposed to be in here an hour, but this don't seem like an hour. If it is, it sure went fast. Time flies. It seemed like we just got here. Okay. I don't seem to see the car. That's probably the way the angle I'm at. Isolation of interest, perspective, view, time misdirection. Yeah, that's what it is. Time misdirection. You guys, I don't know. Where you guys at? You guys could be anywhere. Where are you guys at? Over that way somewhere. I'm saying two things. I'm like, where are you at? And then I say, probably over there. It's like I'm saying two things at once. Like, oh, I know. They're probably hiding over there. Sometimes I'll see him over there. I'll see Tommy's red shirt, and then he hides, and I see Banshee. The next you know, they're coming out over that way, like they time warped through a tunnel. It's like, what? What in the world is going on? They can run that fast. They ought to join the Olympic team. I know Tommy can run like a cheetah. I know they gotta be nearby, because he said when you make sure you got the phone on when we give you a call. Or in case his mom calls, and where's Mrs. Story? Okay. And Tommy's calls instead. Usually it's Banshee's phone that calls. It's the first that Tommy called. He must have pocket dialed accidentally or something. I don't know, something weird. Well, I see the car. I don't see him in there. See the forced perspective? And the Chris Angle produced the Hummer. And the military people and some ladies on the military field using the forced perspective, and the Valentino Mass Magician did something similar to produce the tank, and the Hummer. Usually you can use slided mirrors like Christopher did that elephant vanish with the mirror slotted idea. And then you're able to open up the back and let the elephant go out the back, and then open it up and show it empty. Use a strobe light or a puff of smoke, or use lighting to night blind the audience for a few minutes, like Jeff Mass in the War of Looseness. Steve Cohen explained it, and Franz Roy explained it. Steve Cohen showed when you aim the lights towards the people, to dilate their eyes for a few minutes, all of a sudden us TV eyes can't see the Jeep, but it's still there. And then Franz Roy did the same thing with landing lights aimed at us, and made 8 or 9 army tanks at night vanish, because our eyes got to focus past that. And that's the thing for the Statue of Liberty. When you cut the Statue of Liberty off, the lights off of Statue of Liberty and the ring of lights, and you got the General Electric lights aiming at the audience eyes, and us TV on it. Our eyes are getting dilated, and you can't see past the towers up there, except you can see the brightness of the helicopter, and it looks like it's gone. But in between there, when they raised the sheet up, Ed Alonzo and some other guy had it rotated. Well, wait a minute, here's another jet. Where's it at? I hear it right there. It's hard to get at an angle. There it is. And it vanished into thin air. Using forced perspective. Just don't have the sound going and you got it perfect. But anyway, using a lazy Susan turntable, the harness was moved so slowly, and you got the orchestra playing. You can't hear they can't hear it, and it's like this one guy said on YouTube. I can't think of his name, but he draws just as good and his own version of characters, just like Fernando does, that he plans to do the Statue of Liberty in many ways. I even mentioned quantum stealth thing like invisibility. He said that's not a bad idea too. That would work too. Anyway, in other words, plausible. Anyway, you get the gist. And if you look at the radar rim, you see a sundial effect, and you see the generatic lights moving towards one way, and then when you bring it back, the lights go the other way. So you know there's a turntable there. And the trick busters noticed something I didn't notice. I noticed the sundial part, that the bush on there is slightly vibrating because you know there's something moving, but it's to prevent you noticing the movement. And they said in all the years of the Statue of Liberty, there was no bush there. And another magician did something similar to the Eiffel Tower and used a palm tree. And there's no palm tree that we know of that is by an Eiffel Tower. Or that they used that as an example. He might have used some other tree. But anyway, I wish I could find that to see what kind of tree it was, to see if it was a palm tree. But anyway, you have to be eagle-eyed to notice the differences. It's like on Facebook, this lady or a guy is real good at taking pictures and showing two different ways, and we got to see what's added or taken away. Notice the difference in the shadow and all that stuff. And it's real good stuff. Some is easy, some is hard. This one guy's real good by drawing the lines, the circles and all that. It might be a blank page, or it might be a different page than the one that's on the other photo. In the background there might be more people than in the other picture, or the clouds are different because of the different perspective. The cloth might be different at an angle, slightly different than the other one. You got to be really eagle-eyed to catch stuff like that. I mean, illusionists know how to do that, forced perspective, including Chris Angel understands that. You think that's a big sub-trunk like he uses, and then he gets up close. It's really a small one because it's the perspective of where the camera is and where he's at, and it looks like it's further back. Well, I don't know where they're at. I don't see them. Around here somewhere. It's an hour and 26 minutes on battery. 3 hours and 24 minutes on SD card, and it started out 4 hours and 9 minutes on it. 8 gigabytes, I think. 8 gigabytes. I need to find the 32 gigabyte because it's got more on it. Mr. Story gave me another 8 gigabytes, so that's 8 gigabytes, and 32 gigabytes. That's more than enough, and I got 2 batteries, camera batteries. If I had a third battery, that'd be perfect. The sun's going down. A birdland flying in formation over there. Geese or ducks over that way. Any more in the group? Oh, there they are. They're going over there. I hear them. They're going that way. The geese over that way. Seagulls like bread too. They could be anywhere, man. They're hiding real well. Tommy must have pocket dialed. Because he didn't answer all the time. I even called back. So, or he didn't want to give his location. Which would be smart in a military maneuver. My niece Tony pocket dialed me. She said while she was in the car. She said, I didn't mean to pocket dial you, Bill. And all that's happening lately now. Everybody's got phones. And all with cell phones, rather. Cordless phones. And like Star Trek and Buck Rogers and Star Wars and Logan Run. Galactica 1970s and 80s. Anyway. I'm trying to think. Now the soap operas are doing the same idea. It was pocket dialed Bill Spencer, and the guy that's working for Bill Spencer, his phone pocket dialed, and his own son was hearing the plan going on what Bill Spencer was doing. I was like, he went, hello, hello, and then he hears the familiar voice, Bill Spencer, and he hears his dad on the other end, you know, soap opera characters idea. And it was like, yeah, that's, they just give you an idea of what pocket dial, if it happens, that's what will happen. You know, on the X-Files, they just showed your phone could be turned off or on, and the government can control your phone. Because Mulder or Scully turn off their cell phones so the government can't hear what they plan on doing. Next you know, you see the camera aim at the phone and it automatically turns on, and they're hearing Mulder and Scully's from the X-Files conversation where they're going to go next. And then they're wondering, how did they know where we're at? They seem to know our every move. And Jesus let us know through 9/11, 2001, September, that all phones have GPS system, because first the policemen had it, but they let everybody say, if you're in the rubble somewhere, we can trace you with your phone. Make sure it's on. See, we would have never known that if it weren't for 9/11. God is letting people open up their eyes what's going on. I mean, God says that when it gets close to Him coming back, mankind will not be able to hide anywhere. Children will get smarter way earlier than ever before. Knowledge will increase. There will be wars and rumors of wars. There will be a one world government. Bob Scopa says, don't forget Capital One card. It stands for One World Government. Well, I know Google One stands for One World Government, and YouTube, which is Google that bought YouTube off, the three PayPal. Google bought three PayPal guys off, and now they want to call it one YouTube channel. And I was saying, oh, that sounds like one world government. And I wasn't the only one that said that. Thought that. There was a guy down there posted on YouTube, uh-oh, that sounds like one world government. I said, we got a Christian here just like me. He thought of the same thing. And we got surveillance cameras on top of traffic lights, inside the traffic lights, LED video cameras. We got them on top of Walmart stores, inside of 360 cameras, and now we're slowly having 360 cameras on top of the 360 regular traffic surveillance cameras. Now we have 360 cameras, and we keep adding antennas and more antennas to get better reception. We got satellites that can see the doorstep of your house and read the newspaper and see the golf ball on the golf course. It would say the word Titleist golf ball. I mean, wake up. We got earth cams. We got webcams. I didn't know about this earth cam webcam thing till Jeff Lawson said, if you can't make it to the fireworks in Virginia Beach or anywhere else, just go to webcams and earth cams. I looked that up, and you can look up anything, and you can watch the fireworks. You don't even have to be there. And the surveillance cameras have sound, and the 360. You can watch people go back and forth, and the kids having a fight back and forth. People look at that surveillance camera and say, oh, it's just a guy have a surveillance camera. It's no big deal. But the whole world is seeing it. We're watching these kids with sound wrestle, and the mother said, behave, you're going to hurt your brother, and all that stuff. And then eventually we hear the fireworks going off, and everybody getting excited. Like God says, in the days of Noah and Sodom and Gomorrah, you will know when I'm coming back. Knowledge is going to increase. I'm awake. I'm a Christian, and I do illusions, so every Christian is awake on this, and even a Christian that does illusion is awake on this. Me and Bob Schofield, and Fred Stahl, who's in heaven now, he was awake to this. He brought all this up before even YouTube came about. He was saying he went to go to a place to stay, him and his wife, and all of a sudden the lady said, yeah, all right, Mr. Fred Stahl, where do you want to... Wait a minute, I didn't even mention my name. How did you know? Oh. And they knew he was a preacher, tent revival. And they said, well, we just saw your title out on the RV thing, and we looked it up on the computer. And he said, folks, he mentioned like God says, knowledge is going to increase and you can't hide. And we said, amen. So before he died, he witnessed to a nurse, and she got saved, and she got excited, and she started telling everybody how she got saved. When you get saved, you want to tell the whole world. So you want them to know the plan of salvation. Okay, where is everybody at? Now, I don't remember that part. Although I don't think I've ever went this far before. Usually about that time Tommy pops out of nowhere. Huh. Or I just forgot about it. That could be too. Although I don't remember that little pathway. Is that where they hide all the time? There's a bench over there. Or I would have noticed it. I've went every different direction. I bet if they're here, if they're over there watching the boats and all that stuff, And that was a trick and a half. I'm sitting there looking all over here, and they're over in another location. Dave Duncan did this one time at nighttime. It was Tommy's niece and nephews and us. And Dave was hard to find. He wore a camouflage outfit. And I was like, Dave, that's cheating, man. You might have just had a neon colored shirt on. Although he didn't want to stick out. He wanted to camouflage. And Dave Duncan that's watching this video and everyone else be saying, that's right. This is where we did that thing with my video camera added with his tablet. We took turns and we're pretending like there's a big Sasquatch or Bigfoot coming and all that stuff. And Dave did like a werewolf growl or something. It's on his YouTube channel. I got the other half I need to upload to Facebook, but I don't forget where I put it. I got a lot of DVDs everywhere. See all the places where Tommy and Bobby and Thomas and Catherine and Donna and William Marcel and Bobby Dela Cruz and Stacy Elizabeth Smith and Sherlyn Kill and the whole gang can hide in here. Everybody would have a field day. All the Christian teens and the junior Christian teens and adults, Christians have a field day playing hide and go seek in here. And Bob Schofield Christianers would be having a field day not only playing hide and go seek, but if he had a motocross bike, he'd have fun going, riding up on that ramp and everything else. Broom, 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 broom. Doing wheelies and everything. I hear crows. Crows are over that way. Probably using them somewhere. Like hee-haw. Caw, caw. I don't know where Tommy's at, but he's hiding real well. Like they mentioned at Hidden Palace, it's well hidden. And now you can get the app, you gotta pay for it, and it's got the Hidden Palace in it. If that's what they meant by well hidden. It was hidden alright. We didn't even have tablets to get on the internet to find it. We're sitting there looking at it. We could play the level 10 song. It's a nice song. And in GamePro Electronics Game of Monthly, you could see the diagram of it, of a tunnel he goes through, him and Tails. And it looks like they go to another dimension. It looks like Mexican or something. And you see bats in the cave. I said, oh, I bet it's the cave area, cave zone. You couldn't find it there. Well, if it's well hidden, well, oil. Oh, it's an oil zone, ocean oil. Or maybe it's a chemical zone to get there. It's got tunnels. I couldn't find it anywhere. And see if you got the, not the original Sega Genesis, but the little, the other version, it had parts of it in there, but not the whole thing. So fans went and made the real Hidden Palace zone and a computer version, and later on they made the Hidden Palace all the way and they put it on YouTube. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I don't understand why I can't find Tommy and Banshee. They usually show up. If they snuck over that way, and they say, well, Bill,